So last year I talked about the true 20th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars, because last year they did everything for the Clone Wars 20th year anniversary. And to be honest, and I look back at like these kind of sets right here, and I do look fondly at 2023's lineup of sets. And I talked about this, being like the only true 2003 LEGO Clone Wars set that we've ever gotten. Because this is the only true LEGO 2003 Clone Wars set that we've ever gotten. And I talked about that in a lot in detail, and how, not disappointed I was that they didn't do one for last year, but because the reason they did 20 years is because of 2003's Clone Wars, and they, primarily focused, on stuff from season 7 of Clone Wars, which isn't too bad, honestly. I think there's a lot of room that they could have done more in, and this year was the 25th year anniversary for LEGO Star Wars, and right here is because we got all these exclusive figures, and the only one that I have honestly right now is Fives, and they had all these nice cool little plaques. I'm sorry, I have all the figures right here and I didn't feel like taking them off, but with all these exclusive anniversary figures like Fives, Saw Gerrera, yada yada yada, you know it, everyone knows it at this point, but that's not what this video is about, because today, or around this time, October 1999, was the release of LEGO Star Wars. And I'm talking about the original wave of Star Wars. Right here, because right here was the original wave of October of 1999 LEGO Star Wars. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because I did a little research and I saw that there was, the sets released in October of 1999, around the time probably that The Phantom Menace would be coming out. So that makes a lot of sense for LEGO Star Wars. And so I really wanted to talk about the true anniversary, the true 25th anniversary, because this would be the true 25th anniversary for LEGO Star Wars. And hell, if I'm wrong that it's in October, honestly, it's still 25 years right now, right? It is still 1999, 2024. I can still talk about this either way, but I'm pretty sure that it was October. Now, this is the only original set that I have from the original 1999 wave, but I think that's kind of the important thing, right? How far we've come from this, well, to this. Comparing these sets in particular, but comparing everything we've gotten as a whole for this year, and if this is worthy of the true 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars. Honestly, in my opinion, they kind of did slap a lot of Phantom Menace stuff, because it is the 25th anniversary of Phantom Menace, but that came out in May of 1999. Now we're in October, and we just got all the stuff for the Jabba's sail barge palace, blah blah blah, whatever have you. And I think it's funny of the sets that we kind of clinged on to a lot this year, honestly. Yeah, we got the Captain Rex Y-Wing, and we got a lot of the stuff that we've gotten this year. We got in some fan favorite characters finally. We finally got Cal Kestis, Fives, Saw Gerrera, figures you never thought would actually come in just LEGO sets, honestly. And I think that's kind of the coolest thing about this year. But I think what's looking back at this year, I think a lot of the sets were mainly supposed to focus on the Phantom Menace, and that's what we got this year. We focused, and so putting the focus on 25 years, well, in 2019 we had the 20-year anniversary right here, right? And I think that year did a great job of bringing back actually old sets and making them new for the modern age, while also having all these classic figures. And I think that's kind of where I feel this year kind of missed a little bit. But that's not really what I'm also thinking about too. I'm thinking about next year, because I like the idea that they focused on specific films. Phantom Menace came out 25 years ago, and we got a lot more Phantom Menace sets. That's pretty cool. And I can already see some of the leaks. And with some of the leaks coming out for next year, we already got confirmed of Ahsoka Starfighter and the ARC 170. I kind of already have the idea that yeah, next year's the 25th. That next year's the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, and they're going to be focusing heavily on Revenge of the Sith, which I want. I'm kind of more excited about that. The 2005 wave, primitive as some LEGO Star Wars sets could be still at that time, they went all out for Revenge of the Sith, and it still made for one remarkable year, even though I don't really actually own any of the sets, except for this little Shock Trooper dude, which I'm actually more convinced it was from the battle packs years later, but I still have these variants of Clone Troopers, and I do think that's kind of what makes it, kind of interesting, honestly. And I'm very excited for what anniversaries will come for the future. But, like, sometimes they are just gimmicks, like 25 years. It's like, yeah, they had a lot of Phantom Menace sets, but, like, it's a pure gimmick, in my opinion. And, like, I'm going to still buy sets that I really want to buy sets for. And honestly, all the sets that I bought this year were sets that I just wanted, right? Like, I bought the Tentative 4 hallway, I bought the Battle of Peridia, and I bought the Captain Rex Y-Wing. Like, that's all I really cared about. Like, sometimes figures, but, like, the builds, and just something more desirable. I didn't, like, care for the gimmickiness of this year, but I want to bring that kind of to a limelight, so... But, like, what do you guys think? You know what? I'm bringing the ass pick to the Smidbrickians. What do you believe, right? What are you putting your faith in for the Lego Star Wars gods? Who are you bowing down to when the sin gets tough, right? And so I want you to comment something about religion.